What's up? This is Neil, just keeping it real. Boy, don't you just love those webinars? You know, you'll see some interesting income opportunities, and they show up on the YouTube videos. You're watching them, and all of a sudden this commercial pops up. Gives you about 5 seconds to change your mind and leave it, right? You just want to, skip it. You can do that. But just want to let you know that, the income opportunities that webinars be offering you, 9 times out of 10, you got to be careful because at the end of those webinars, it's going to be something that's going to cost you about $1,000 or more to invest in. Okay. Now, these guys, these marketers that get into these, set up these webinars for you to join, okay, the so called training, right? Uh, that's not the real training. If anything, it's a grooming because they're grooming you to buy into the product at the end of the webinar. So you have to understand this is a formula that a lot of marketers use who invite you to join these webinars for the so-called income opportunity. Okay. Now, the formula that they all go by, and when you watch these webinars, and they waste your time. These things last up to about an hour and a half. Okay. But what they do, they tell you about the opportunity you can do. It's easy to do. You don't have to work a lot of hours doing it. And anybody can do it. They show you these pictures of all these average looking people, that look like they low income guys, and that if you're a low income guy, you can be that success too, that they are, right? And then they'll go into the life story of, they was broke, they was bankrupt, they got evicted or whatever, right? And and then they came across some guru or something that, turned them on to some income method that was so simple. And all of a sudden their life has changed. They show you photos of them or videos of them uh, at some vacation island, and they traveling here. They got their family, they hugging their kids, they at the beach, and so the life is wonderful, and you can have it too. And then they showing you the income, verification of all these guys that got into it, right? And then it gets you worked up emotionally. That's the formula that they do. And once they get you worked up, then they come in, you see, with it's almost a bit of rudeness. It's like, now if you're not serious about this, and if this is something that you think you don't want to commit to, then you need to leave this. You just leave this webinar right now because we're only going to deal with only a few people who are serious to doing this. You see, all of a sudden that touch of rudeness come in because now that they got you hooked on the emotional, oh man, I can make this money, I can live the life that they live. Once they get you hooked in on that, you don't want to leave. And they can just about call you a name to your face. They can call you a dog, man, but you ain't gonna leave. See, they can insult you any which way, 6 ways the next Sunday, right? But you're not gonna leave because these guys are showing you something that could be real. Okay. And so, they'll start introducing, some of these guys, I'm telling you, some of these guys will start introducing F-bombs and curse words and stuff, but you will tend to not mind it psychologically because you are so emotionally focused on this amazing opportunity that they're showing that you can make, right? So once they got you, hooked in, you're herded into these certain groups of people that's emotionally hooked, who are going to stay with the webinar all the way to the end. And I mean, it's about an hour and 30 minutes long. Okay. The people who sense that, this is junk, they're going to leave. The people who has, they smart and they know what the deal is, they're going to cut out and leave. But if you're hooked into emotionally, you're going to stay to the very end of the webinar. Okay. And so they're telling you that this is a training that you're getting. That's not the training. The real training is what you're going to purchase at the end of the webinar. And so don't think that it's going to be some $29.95 price that you're going to get into something, or it's only going to be $40 or something, because they're going to work you up and they're going to show you, these so-called examples of these guys making 6 figures. They made this in in a month, they made 5 figures in a month, and now they made this other person made about $1 million at the end of the year or something. So you want that so bad now that by the time they get to the end of that video, and this is the thing they do too, they show you all these various features of this package that they're gonna sell you. And so each feature, this is valued at $5,000. This other feature, we could sell this to you, but that's valued at $9,000. This is valued at $3,000. At total combined, this would cost you over $50,000. But we're gonna give it to you at such a low rate that you're gonna really be amazed. And the opportunity is real. And as you can see, then they'll go right back to these persons that so-and-so, he made $3,000 in only one day. So-and-so, say they're keeping you worked up. But then they're telling you about these high absorbent prices on each of these features of the packet that, we could sell you for that, but we're going to cross that out. You're not going to pay that. You're not going to pay that. You're not going to pay that. But we're only going to charge you, the amazing cost of only $2,000. So when they run all that $8,000 for this, $5,000 for that feature, another $3,000 for that packet, when they run all that to you, and you're psychologically, whoa, man, that's expensive. By the time they run you through that, and then but it's only $2,000. Psychologically, your mind is like, oh, that's better. It's not, okay? So by the time they do that, and you emotionally bought into it, they're gonna say, now you can pay this with 3 installment payments. Pay this, in the next 3 months. You pay this, okay, or you can do it the PayPal way, whatever. Okay. So they're gonna make these options, but you're gonna more likely, if you're emotionally bought into it, you're gonna cough up that money. Okay. So that's what those webinars are geared to do. And then they have this countdown thing. And so we're only going to accept so many people into this. So you must hurry and get yourself locked in. And because once you see the countdown, once they get down to 0, the opportunity is gone. What you see with this webinar, you won't see it again. It's going to be gone. Yeah, sure. You'll see it again. You keep watching enough YouTube videos. You're going to see it again. Trust me. Okay. And they always say, this is the last opportunity you're going to get. No, it won't. You'll see it again, right? Because they got to keep doing that. And if you really do the math, if they get 100 people that cough up to $2,000, so you get the idea that this is really where a lot of these guys are making a lot of their money. It's the package, the so-called income opportunity package that they're selling you at the end of the webinar. Okay, they're probably making more money doing that than they're actually making with the so-called opportunity program that they're using themselves, right? So they may be making so much money with that through the webinar, they probably stop doing that. They just telling you, okay, this is what you can get into. Okay, even though I'm not doing it anymore because I'm making so much money selling you into the opportunity. Okay, so just be aware of that. Do your due diligence. You want to really do your due diligence. And the way you do it is, you might go ahead and listen to the webinar, right? You don't have to go all the way through it, but unfortunately, it might take you halfway through it before they show you this program or whatever that they're using, right? But once you get the name of it, then what you want to do is you go on YouTube and you search it, okay? Whatever the name of their academy is that they're trying to, prescribe you to or, refer you to. So whatever the name of it is, go ahead and type it into the YouTube search, okay? And just type review, academy review, whatever the name of the program is, reviews. And it's going to pop up these YouTube videos of these guys who either got into the program, some of them might be claiming success. But what you want to look for is the ones who are really honestly telling you the cons of it, okay? They talk about the pros and they talk about the cons. You want to really watch those ones that's going to tell you about the cons, okay? Because they're going to really tell you what's involved. And a lot of times you're going to learn that once you buy into it, that $2,000 or $3,000 that you buy into it, that they rushing you to get into, or you're going to miss out on the opportunity. Once they tell you about the cons of it, you're gonna find out that, okay, you're gonna spend that money, and then if you want a phone call assistant from a guru or a video chat, it's gonna cost you another $1,050, $1,500, and so you don't see these upsells until you get inside of the program. They won't tell you about the additional costs up front. You see, you always get the impression that once you pay a certain amount of money, then that's it. That's all you need to do, and now you're making money, right? No. You're going to find out that you have bought into the minimum aspect of the program, okay? And then in order for you to get all these advantage features of the program, they are upsells, okay? And so they're going to tell you about that con. Some of them will tell you about, that they didn't really make any money at all, and that they tried to get their refund, and it was a dog fight trying to get their refund back. So, once you get to see all that, okay, then you'll know, don't join it. Don't get involved with it, you see. And that's the only way you're going to know. You got to do your due diligence on it, okay? When you go and search on whether Google search or YouTube search of people who've gotten involved with it, I mean, if you keep seeing people that got involved with it that, wow, it really did happen for me, I'm making, and you don't see any negative about it, maybe it's probably legit, okay? But it's going to be a rare situation that you're going to find that, okay? But people will tell you, who will tell you about the cons of it. They will tell you that, you will spend a lot more time doing it than they might initially tell you. Oh, it's only 3 hours a day. It's probably going to be much longer than that. And if they give you the impression that all you're going to spend is this certain amount. But there's all these upsells, okay? Then you're going to find out that, you're going to be coming more out of your pocket. So you really need to do your due diligence before you jump into or you buy into something emotionally, okay? Save yourself $3,000. And then most likely when it comes to any of these webinars, advertising that you see on YouTube videos, just don't mess with it.